How do you feel, basically, what do you call, after seeing the shot, the whole shot, how do you feel? How are you
Uh,
celebrating it,
Actually, it turned out to be like really amazing. I didn't thought it was gonna look like this, but at the end of the like once it got rendered and all, it was like brilliant. I was like, holy shit, I did work on this. And like when I started, it was just like in the blocking stage, and I wouldn't even. I was just confident enough to start it, but as the short as we all work together, like you and me giving me comments, and I was figuring out like how to pose, like what would be the interaction between the characters, and at the end stage, the whole picture was compiled together, and it looked like brilliant. Actually, I'm really very proud of myself.
Cool, man. That's
Yeah.
one good thing, really. Yeah, actually, this is what actually inspires me, to be honest. To give more time. Sometimes I feel like, oh shit, these guys are not getting. Probably I have to change. My time is not getting, passed properly. But when I hear this is like, oh shit, now I need to do more.
Yeah, I mean, like the amount of details that you made us put into the shot, I wouldn't even like think about it before joining CAW. So as soon as you started giving me all those notes and comments to make it more realistic and believable, and when I like when you play it, it just it just pass away. That particular pose, right? But you can feel it when I change the pose and make it more particular about the characteristic of the animal. And
Right,
you can
right.
just feel it in the shot. You cannot see it, but you can feel it.
True, true,
And
true.
it was really good. It was actually really, really good. I mean, I showed to my wife, and she was really happy, and my friend who was rendering it, and he was really happy. Like you can work on these shots, and
Right.
he actually enjoyed rendering it. So I'm like really proud of myself that I did made those two shots from scratch. I was like,
Right,
wow.
man. That's the way to go. Like, imagine if you are really proud of, like, whatever you're doing every day,
Yeah,
you're really happy with it. That's called, healthy, healthy lifestyle, like leading healthy lifestyle, working and living as well. Like, you're happy at work because we spend a lot of time at work, right? So that's like become a primary life, and the secondary life become a personal life. So if you're really
yeah.
happy with your primary life, and then you come back to your secondary life with the, what is it is called, personal life, which we don't have these days. But yeah, cool, man, awesome. You can actually introduce yourself, like, your experience a little bit, and how do you know about the CAW, and uh, yeah, why did you choose CAW?
Okay. Hi, I'm Karna Contractor. I've been in this industry for like around 8 years, I think, on and off. And I came to know about CAW through LinkedIn. Like I actually saw some of the shots been done by the previous students of CAW, and one particular shot that hit me was the saber tooth climbing up the rocks, the hills, and it it actually I compared it with the other schools, and I really think that there was another benchmark onto the industry right now that's going on all over the LinkedIn, and I got really impressed. This was, I think, the last year end. I saw it, and I actually started thinking about like giving myself this opportunity to learn creature animation, and it actually inspired me because I have, like in my previous career, I have never animated anything realistic, and all I did was looking at other people's stuff. And to be frank, I was pretty like envious about it because I always wanted to do it and I couldn't. Um, so I decided to join CW. And once I talk with you, and you explained me like how it goes and all, so that was like, yes, I'm chosen to do this course, and I actually really want to do it and put my 110% to it. So I was really, really happy. I was like really happy once you told me like, yeah, you're into the you're selected, you're into the course. I was like, yes, and you actually boosted up my confidence, and that actually helped me. And as I told you, like I had a little bit confidence that I can do it, but once you start like teaching me on every classes, every notes that you told me, that built up my confidence more and more to make my this shots, those two shots, really believable. And it's actually in somewhere in middle. I was struggling a bit, but then at the end of the day, like the when it's all done, I was like, yes, that's exactly what I thought, and that exactly came out like what I wanted it to be, and I'm really happy. And it all the credit goes to you, like the way you give the notes, the way you explain the references, the animal moves, and all this thing. So and yeah, of course, like it's not just towards that particular shot. So I don't know, like in future too, I'm just gonna use those procedures to do any of my future shots, especially in the creatures or anything.
Sweet, man. Thanks, man. That's really, really good to know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely. That's what everybody has to cross check as well, right? Did I actually, when I start the shot, I wanted to my shot look like this exactly. Have I achieved it? Nobody cross checks and nobody reviews their stuff back, you know? That's
Yeah,
where I feel like people are slightly lagging. You know, they're like, oh, they finish it like, I know what, I'm really exhausted. Like, I have spent really good time. So I'm okay with this. I'm like, no, that's not why you started this shot, you know, in the beginning.
yeah,
That's a good one, man. That's a really good
yeah.
one. So, yeah. So, what are the three best things that you liked about the workshop while you are actually working on the assignment and the throughout 12 to 15 weeks or 16 weeks, whatever we have
I
done?
think the first one was the main part was the breaking down the reference. I think that was the best and the basic part of the whole course or the whole animation that we done. So yeah, so it was really good. Like the way you explained just the reference, like how this creature would act, what's in his mind, like why is he angry or why is he like jumping and stuff like that. And so the breakdown was very necessary to start the shot. So that was the first one. Second one was how would you approach, how would you block the whole shot and make it to the end of the polishing? Like what would be the most easier way, or what would be the most essential parts in it? Like you have to choose the main poses. So that will be the storytelling poses that actually you can refer to, and the process of it. And the last one, I think the third one would be polishing. I think the polishing is the most toughest part. It goes on forever till the time you make it look like awesome, like fabulous. It's not that you're done with the like in between parts and you just like made the animation make it look like more smoother. No, that's not it. I think the polishing stage is the main part, and it takes a while. It's a, it's one of the crucial parts so that you can put all those minor details into it to make it more look like itself. It's like one particular creature. So this
Believable
creature,
creature.
yeah, for example, it's a bull, so it has to be more like a bull. It doesn't move like a cow, It's
So
a bull.
true.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I learned. It doesn't matter if it looks same. No, it has its own thinking ability. It has its own behavior, and it has its own reactions to the surrounding itself. So that's what I learned. Those three were the main part that I learned from the CAW from you.
Thanks, man.
So
I really, really happy to actually listen those words actually stick with you guys, you know.
yeah,
Whatever I was thinking, like, you know, this is what you guys should actually inject yourself with, you know, all the details and the polishing and, you know, not really getting like, oh, this is too much effort. No, no, no. The more you inject in, the more you're going to love it. I think polish is the main factor. I think it's going to give the lifespan for the shot. People are still going to remember your shot even after 10 years, you know. They were like, look back, man, shit, that guy has actually done that like 10 years back. That was unbelievable. Like, you know, all the people would love you. Like, you see so many shots, right? But you don't remember them, you know, because the polishing level is not really that good, right? So sweet, man. Thank you. Really good stuff. So yeah, before and after CAW, how do you feel about yourself? And what are the three best things that you have learned? You know, this is like literally like, you know, yeah, like, you know, before when you were planning to take the course, should I take or not? now you have taken the course, now you have
Yeah.
produced such a great output, and which is really quality one. And how do you feel, like what changes you can see in yourself, and what are the best things that you really like about yourself now, and life before CAW, life after CAW?
Uh, I can animate the creatures now. Yeah, I have confidence, and the best thing I learned from it, like now I can like go through my references and go through whatever it comes in front of me to animate. I can actually study it, and through the notes that I have learned from you, and that makes my life easier. Like so that's how I'll manage to animate the creatures from now on. Not only creatures. I think it goes like generally in all the animations, even though it's a human or anything. It's just I learned how to read your uh, whatever you are animating, how to proceed with it, and how to give the end final product to the client or whatever it is. Like just even though for yourself, yeah, as PL said, never compromise on the quality. So that's the best thing that I have learned from you. And if you're not satisfied with it, just keep on working on it. Don't just give up. Just keep on working on it, and eventually it's gonna turn out and look like the way you want it. So I think, yeah, the best thing is like a build up confidence to animate creatures.
Right, right. So basically, before that, it was like slightly, oh shit, it's creatures. Do you think I can do
Yeah,
it? Sweet,
it's
man.
pretty hazy.
Right, right,
Now I can see the clear picture.
right, right. So now you can actually see yourself difference in approaching any new shot afterwards. CW.
Yes, yes. Made my life easier.
Cool, man. Awesome, man. So yeah, that brings us to the last question. Would you recommend CAW to anybody, or any advice that you wanted to give to the animators, that they are from CAW or not from CAW? Doesn't matter, for any animators who are doing personal work or creative work. So yeah, would you recommend, and what kind of advice would you give to those guys?
I already recommended one of my buddy.
Thanks, man.
He might have contacted you. I'm not sure. But yeah, anyways, so he was really interested, and I explained him about how the course was, how was your mentorship and everything. And he also got really very interested. Like he wanted to do it, and he was asking me like what creatures you animated. I was like, no, wait for it. Yeah, wait for it. Let Danu post the reel, and you'll see it. I was like, oh yeah, okay. And yeah, I mean, for those who are not CAW students, or who wants to do it, or who wants to learn creature animation, I think if they do not have a confidence, just build up some just to join the CAW, and after that, then we will push it.
Yeah, I see so many guys, they are like, oh shit, the quality is so big, I don't think this is for me. There's so many guys wondering like that. But unless you do it, you don't know whether you can do it or not. Right?
Yeah,
Just take the first step.
yeah,
Everybody can do it. It's just that needed the dedication and time and love.
yes, just you have to just give yourself some motivation and give some time
Right.
and just do it. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you'll help them to push towards that quality they wanted to see in the reel or the people in the industry.
Sweet, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think even they have to, take my comments also in a positive way. Like, oh my
yeah.
God, this guy again sending me comments. It's not
No,
like that. They should. It's like you're doing favor to yourself, guys. You are gonna,
yeah,
make your shot look better, and you're gonna have better opportunities to put your shot in front of 10,000 people. The real.
yeah.
You're gonna put yourself there in the list, right? So
I
forward
mean,
and then try to show your shot. And basically, for me, that's skills. Whatever we have here, if we can showcase it, should be good.
yeah. I mean, there was a point that I was thinking like, oh, Tanu is keeping on giving me comments, but before seeing the comments, I was like, yeah, there's another comment. But after I watched those comments, I was like, yeah, I have missed it. I should put it, and it will make it look good. And once I'm done with it, it actually makes it look good. So yeah, I mean, you have to have that thing in your in your mind that you should be open to the new comments.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Bit more open-minded, yeah.
yeah. There is a struggle, but that struggle will turn out to be a sweet thing for your own self. You know
When
what
you
I
see
mean?
the, yeah, I think that is one of the good attitude to develop, from learning stage itself, even when you're working also. Like if Soup gives some comments, because he has seen the throughout sequence, right? So he knows what to expect out of the character or creature, how they behave, and how the whole shot look like mood carrying as well. Is it carrying the right mood? Is it really helping the whole sequence? If it
Yeah.
doesn't, he gives you comments like, we have to put the, leave the ego, outside and get into the company, and just you're working on their shot, not ours. Of course, for quality wise, it's like our shot. We need to make it really polished, really well, up to their expectations. But overall process. But it's always good to be like, no ego. Just be like. I don't think a really good artist will ever have any ego. They will be always welcoming, criticism and feedback all the time.